The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spin-off. You can help us keep all of The Spin-off's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. But it was weird doing 1, 2, 3 and not 3, 2, 1.
I know, I like to mix it up. I just, I don't want Alex to get lazy now that she's famous. Okay. Welcome along to the real pod, the realest real pod that ever there was, because today it's going to be a chaos pod. We'll explain why in a moment. But first of all, my name's Jane Yee and I'm joined by Alex Casey and Duncan Grieve. They're in Auckland.
Sorry.
What did just happen?
Did you just do a
Did
bit?
you hear that?
No.
Oh, don't worry about it then.
No, but something happened.
Something crazy happened somewhere. And I'm not going to say where.
How are you guys? Are you good? How are you feeling?
I've lost
you're
my
right?
mind.
I'm hungover from the Spin-off's lovely 5th birthday party yesterday. It was a good time and a long time, and I regret nothing.
Okay. To that end, you're all feeling a bit dusty today, I'm guessing?
I'm actually fine. I didn't drink very much because I'm under I'm under some stress.
Yeah, Alex has had an amazing week. She's done some exceptional reporting of real news.
Real news.
And I think, Jane, you and I should give her a little bit of a clap for that.
Oh, that's wow. And Tina's doing a little one as well, like a golf clap.
And wherever you are listening to this, like if you're on the bus, in church, wherever you are, just give Alex a clap right now. Okay?
It's just that kind of...
I want a resounding echo of corny claps around the world.
It's that kind of reporting is incredibly hard work. It requires a lot from the subject and a lot from the writer, and she did it really well. So that's great.
I appreciate that. But I also, as difficult as it was and as rewarding as it has been, I think I said maybe yesterday or the day before that I was ready to unplug and just watch maths for 3 hours straight. It's like these are the two things that I enjoyed doing the most at the spin-off. One of them's incredibly hard and traumatic. The other one is super fun and silly. People have layers.
Well, they function as like palliatives to one another, right, basically. I think that's what that word means.
Yeah, I think so too.
Good.
I'm real sad because I haven't been able to see a single skerrick of Married at First Sight. So this is the first time. Unfortunately, the publicist hasn't come through with the screeners for me as yet, and it's the first time that we've got together to talk about maths, and I've not seen it. Like, I'm
this is actually
with
a
this.
shocker.
It is crazy. But to be fair, this is publicist on maths is a tough old gig this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a biggie. She's a biggie.
Jane Yee is real low down that list.
I'm
of
so
priorities.
low down the list, and that's fair. But from a personal level and a selfish level, I'm gutted. But anyway, the pod does go on, and the reason why this particular pod this week is so crazy is because Alex has got an urgent appointment when we were supposed to be podding. And so we've had to call this one with half an hour's notice. There's no doc, except for that there is a doc, but we'll get to that in just a moment. I'm ill-prepped. Duncan's ill-prepped.
Alex is
are you ill?
I'm quite. No, I feel prepped. I haven't. Treasure Island's the only thing I've dropped the ball on this week, but I've got some exciting real news of my own to share.
Okay. First of all, let's thank Nando's. And there was thank you, Nando's. I'm going to Chicago in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go to Nando's. I'm just putting that out there. Also, Prince Harry. There was a story in the Mirror. Did you guys see this? Someone posted it in the corner. Turns out Prince Harry likes a cheeky Nando's. But the funny thing about the story, which just came out on 7th of September this year, is it references a time he went to Nando's in 2013. It's like...
What's wrong with that? Is that the last time he went?
It's just like, Prince Harry, it turns out, everyone loves a cheeky Nando's, and it turns out even the royals get tempted. But then
You should
it's
get
like,
him on the pod.
Prince Harry went in 2019, and it was 11:50 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
In 2013 or 19?
2013.
Wow. I had a lot of Nando's yesterday.
I think that's sort of timeless news, though. Like,
Yeah.
whenever it's like one of those. It's not a scandal. It's whatever the opposite of a scandal is. Yeah, we had Nando's did our birthday lunch for us. It was freaking delicious.
Oh, nice.
Had
It was
100
delicious.
had 100 dahi puri from Sacha and just a
Wow.
tremendous smorgasbord of Nando's. It was-
I was very inspired. Matt McCauley and Josie next to me were both doing the stuff a plain Peter with everything, a little bit of chook, a little bit of chips, a little bit of salad, bit of slaw. Amazing. I'm yet to do that.
This
Just
is the
works.
thing. There's actually so many hacks and options. And if you've been to Nando's and you've come up with your own special creation, we'd love to hear about it, wouldn't we?
we would.
So thank you very much, Nando's. Our Facebook is facebook.com/TheRealPodPod. Our Instagram is @TheRealPodPod. Our hashtag is #RealPod. And we are just going to get straight into the real news.
The lag on that must have been weird.
The biggest news, well, for me, of the week is that the Cornies have put together our doc for this whole entire podcast. I'm not even really sure
It's
how this
huge.
happened.
Me neither. It's your fault. You said it somewhere, and then someone was like,
I know. I like hinted that maybe someone, could. I didn't say put together a doc, but someone's just gone ahead and done it. I think someone was like, "There's been so much going on this week. It's been such a huge week for Real Pod kind of news. Maybe we can put together ideas of what we want to hear covered." And I was like, "Go for it!" And what transpired was an entire agenda for the podcast. I'm not sure if that means they're not happy with the way we do it.
Well, what's crazy is that it's got pictures in it. Like it is, it's a proper doc. Like it's a proper doc.
It's luxury doc.
You could print this doc out and sell it, I reckon.
It's got
As a resource.
It is. It's got pictures in it, and it's kind of like these little clip arts, also like of Milo, and
they've
some
been
Chucky.
clear cut.
There's different colours. There's a picture of the wolf.
But
Oh.
right, like
There's
yeah,
even
it's-
Baby Wayne in there.
It's
amazing.
unbelievable.
Is that
Like,
Baby Wayne, or is that someone else? No one knows.
I think that's Matty McLean.
We don't know.
Anyway, it's a beautiful thing, and we owe even more than normal a debt of gratitude to our beloved Cornies.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the real news, as brought to us all by the Cornies. Do you want to start there, Alex, with your breaking hot news?
Oh, I think we should. No, I think we should lead with the lead, the royal baby.
Oh, just quickly, I have to just retract. That wasn't Wayne. It's not Wayne. It's Baby, by the way. It's Bailey Caulfield in the corner. Okay. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah, the
Didn't
royal
see that.
baby's here.
I can't believe it. Okay, Milo.
What?
I mean,
Matilda's baby.
Oh, Milo.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not
Cool.
know that?
No, I've been.
Milo Kenneth Green. You remember?
Kenneth.
Kenneth
Kenneth?
is cool. Is it, do you
Daddy
reckon it's the
Ken?
page from 30 Rock tribute?
Almost certainly, and just also her father's name.
True.
But anyway, yeah, Milo or Milo, hard to say. Well, I mean, I'm sure that they've said it. I just haven't seen the Insta stories.
I don't know if they have. They've been pretty quiet.
There's a few things to say about this baby. Number one, modelled very much on my own firstborn. Got exactly the same, wearing exactly the same hand knitted hat that my
Like,
son wore when
literally?
he first popped out. Well, I
Like-
mean, it's not that. No, I've still
Okay.
got our one,
Okay.
but it looks just the same. You'd never, like, honestly, you could just Photoshop a picture of my son in and no one would know the difference.
Well,
Except for he's
cool.
7, so I mean a picture when he was born. Milo or Milo, that's a good question. The only person I know with that name, it's pronounced Milo.
Same.
So,
But we are in New
GBC.
Zealand, and Milo is a classic
I know.
drink.
I believe a Corny scoured through some old Instagram posts and actually found a SponCon post of Art and Matilda holding what looked alarmingly like empty enamel mugs, saying, "Oh, nothing like a warm cup of Milo to when you're up on a winter's day."
Is this the ultimate partner
This could be the
contest?
ultimate. Imagine.
What would
What would your price be?
Ooh,
Oh, so much.
like 6?
$6,000.
Million. 6 grand.
I think
take-
6 grand's good. You get a nice holiday for one.
What would you
I'd do 5.
accept money wise in exchange for a brand your child's name to be a brand name?
Oh, like not like isn't that what we just
That's what we
asked?
just did. Duncan
Yeah, but
said
that
6,
was
I said
the-
5.
But that's from Art and Matilda, right?
You're
They're
undercutting
obviously worth
me.
more than us.
Yeah.
That's
I want this
unfair.
deal.
I'll go 4.
What if it was Colgate?
My baby can have a double barrel.
Actually, Colgate's fine because you can go Cole, can't you? And no
Cole,
one
that's
Well,
cute.
also
It's
Pam,
actually really cute.
Lisa, like there's heaps
Pam,
of
Lisa. Yeah,
Lisa's
Uncle,
hummus.
Uncle
Charlie,
Ben.
Duncan.
Uncle Ben, Big Ben.
I'm pretty
the
sure
Bens.
your child is going to be called Uncle Ben now.
And it's just a hashtag not sponsored. It's the
You just
only
get,
choice
like-
left.
Oh,
Just get
no.
a pack of microwave rice every month.
You could just
Worth
wrap a swaddle it and just carry it around. It's like, you like my baby?
Oh,
Just calling a baby uncle anything is really good. Oh shit! But yeah, 5K Uncle Ben's if you're listening.
Oh God! And so the Herald wrote a piece. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. They wrote a piece going on.
They've
about-
actually
well,
they've
the
pulled it
doctor-
down.
Have
They've got
they?
yeah, now if you click that link, it says, but
Oh
that
yeah,
link's missing.
something is wrong.
It's really cool. I got to commend the Herald for like that weird bit. Like when they pull
Yeah.
a story, they give you a picture of a sheep.
Yeah,
It's like it's a good bit.
I
It's
feel
like,
like
it will
also
be
anytime I've
back.
encountered that page is when I've been trying to find something quite serious.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. Like,
and you're searching this thing that you're gonna find something and you just get that fucking sheep. You're gonna, bah.
I think that's nice though. You know, it just gives.
Oh, I love
It's
it.
a bit of hashtag
breaks it
liberty
up.
for sure.
Um,
Before we talk about the Herald, though, can we talk about like the actual birth itself? Just a couple of key details. Home birth happens during a power cut.
Whoa.
Yeah.
who needs power though? They didn't have power in the dark ages when they were pushing out all the babies.
Oh, exactly.
It was literally dark.
Yeah.
So,
So that they are taking paleo, this caveman lifestyle, to the extreme. Oh, bless. I can't wait to meet him. When do we get to meet him? Have we got the invite?
I hope soon.
We're still waiting for the wedding invite. I mean, that is late.
yeah.
It's really late.
And Art delivered
Yeah.
him.
Probably
Called the
already knew
baby.
that. If we'd thought about it, we would have known that would be.
Yeah.
He was probably just, God, he was probably just walking past, like real casual, and just
Just
popped
like a
down and
one-hander
just sort of
behind the
grabbed it
back.
on his way through. Yeah. He's so clever. So,
It's got a really
And
clever...
good job, Matilda, as well.
oh, was Matilda there? Was Matilda there?
I mean, we're not too sure. We haven't actually seen evidence yet that she was even there.
Oh, good on you, Matoots. Do you know what shitted me especially about that article? Actually, it just took away all the credibility from the doctor. Was the use of the hashtag Matootles.
I didn't even
I
read
didn't
it, to
see
be honest.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's just anyway.
Do you want to just outline what the article was, Jay?
Oh, have we not even given it
No.
any context? Oh, basically, it was an opinion piece from a doctor saying that by basically just saying that they had not home birth, that Art and Matootles were being very irresponsible, promoting a practice that is unsafe. Not my words, his.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but yes. So that was
An
was the idea. And
anonymous
then
doctor.
an anonymous doctor who was scared of the backlash, and backlash there was. And Emily Wrights wrote a great piece on the spin-off in response, and I wrote a great piece in my head as well.
Did you?
I
Wow.
did, yeah. I was like, that's
Well
dumb.
done.
That was a really dumb article. So.
And Art screen recorded himself deleting the Herald app, which was really cool. But the cooler thing was that in his like news folder, he's got the Spinny app.
Yay!
I wonder if Art Green is part of the members club. He should be.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it will be now.
Laura Giddy is. She's put a post up in the corner.
Is
Saying,
she?
hey guys, I've just joined the members club and you should too.
Oh, go
Like,
Laura.
the Cornies are actually doing our jobs for us this week.
It's
Much
we're-
appreciated.
it really
It's
is.
We're going to
so
figure
good.
something out one day.
I mean, I feel like now's a
Thank
good
you
time.
all.
Quickly, Duncan, quick plug for the
Sure.
members.
Yeah, like I think this week actually really kind of brought it home to us what members is and can be. Like Alex basically had just disappeared for the thick end of a month, chasing this story. That Alex, Toby, and myself were up until 2:00 Sunday night, sort of working on that story together, and it takes a lot out of you, that kind of work. There's no advertising on that page. The only way we can do that kind of thing is basically because our audience supports us. So if you have the money and you feel so inclined, please go to thespinoff.co.nz/members, support us, and we will give you a lovely book, probably. So yeah, it's it just means a huge amount when it happens. So, but also fine if you don't. God, man, this is just good advertising, isn't it? Anyway,
Yeah.
Um,
It's fine if you don't.
let-
All
let-
good if not.
all good if not. That's how I end all my emails. Like that's my like sign off, you know.
This Levi news, I'm not really across this. Are you guys in on
Me
this?
neither. So, okay, well, the big part of it seems to be that he signed up to Cameo, that amazing website where mostly ex-reality stars, you can book them to give you a little message.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's $10.
Well, have we not done this?
Well,
No, someone's
I got-
done
I
it.
mean,
No,
no
JT,
offense, but I got it for
JT got
free.
someone to do it for us. Remember? Who did he
Oh,
get to do it for
JT
us?
got that guy from, he was on The Bachelorette? I
No,
think?
but have we not got Levi to do it for
Well,
us?
what I'm saying is I got Levi to do it for free for Jane's birthday.
Well, no, but let's do it again now, just for the real pod.
Who we get him to say, I love the real pod.
Yeah.
And I love the Cornies or something.
Well, we'll work on that in post.
We'll
We'll work on that in
workshop
post.
Okay.
Oh my god.
But I think we should do a new one every week.
Can I play his example?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Hold on. It's 38 seconds. That seems like a long cameo.
Wow. Bargain.
Hello guys, it's Samuel Levi here, and I am so excited to join the Cameo family. When I was asked to do this platform, I was just overwhelmed. It was something so cool and something so unique. So whether you want personalized messages from me to you, to your friends, to your family, or even better, to people who hate me and don't like me, we can make this happen. So look, get in touch. I would love to do something, and yeah, it's going to be a fun ride ahead. You'll be able to see some cool stuff happening. You'll be able to just get me on your phone. You can download it. Take me anywhere you want. I don't know who would want that, but some people out there do. So yeah. But yeah, jump on board, and I look forward to creating some videos with you soon.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do
Oh my
that every
God.
week. Every week we'll have a new Levi.
A tenner,
cameo.
eh? It's not that much
It's just
for a
good
good time.
value.
Respect, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get someone to sponsor that for us. Just a tenner a week. It's not a lot, you know. Who's Ray? Is Ray a contestant on Maths or something?
Ray is one of the grooms on Married at First Sight who, yeah, all we know is that I think their friends, Levi, shared an Instagram of him. It was like, best of luck tonight, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it means anything. I kind of like Ray at this stage.
Which one's Ray?
Ray was the guy, he's like a tradie. He married the marketing man from Auckland. He's got a lovely big smile.
He's the kind of the maniac one who plays rugby.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, maniac. Do you reckon he's maniac?
Well, he kind of self-identifies as a
he?
maniac. A little
I think
bit.
those two are going to clash. If you
Yeah,
play very soon.
I feel that way too.
But,
Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to maths.
Okay. In other corny news, Cadbury have done another. What have they done here? A pineapple lumps. A pineapple lumps. What do you call it? Collaboration.
Yeah.
So it's a block of pineapple lump chocolate. Yum! I'll eat it.
I
Where
just
is it?
don't.
I'm sick
when
of
this
it.
stuff arrives, it's not real news anymore to me. Like it's just, I feel like they've done all the combos are done.
Well, and I also think that like at this point we're sort of complicit in like them having figured out a way to like hack the media to
Media.
get free marketing.
Yeah.
And I just think that we need to, as an industry, get together and say, when Air New Zealand has a flash sale, it's not news. When they release a new safety video, it's not news. When Cadbury just does some dorky thing, it's none of it's news. And if they want it, they should pay with it. Because we're like, they've stopped spending money on media because they know that they can just sort of fake their way in. And I just think we need to have some self-respect as an industry. Sorry, that was a bit bloody intense, but I think it's true.
Don't look at the website ever again, Duncan, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. I won't. I've already quit on that. No, I mean, where it's good, where it's creative, where it began, I think was a good place. I mean, I still eat Abe's Bagels Marmite collab.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
See, I love I think that it's savoury collaborations is the future. I'm over, I want to see Cadbury and Watties.
What about lettuce and tomato? Get real sort
Classic.
of,
inside chocolate.
Well, no, just like
as a
hybrid.
concept. Oh, yeah.
Crunchy, seedy.
Yeah.
Please excuse this interruption to the transmission. We regret to inform you that at this point of the podcast, Jane experienced technical difficulties wherein her computer stopped recording her audio. She didn't realise for a full 15 minutes because she's a bit slow like that. So what you're about to hear is quarter of an hour of Alex and Duncan and then spaces where Jane was chatting away but wasn't recording it. We decided to keep this audio in the podcast because Alex has an excellent anecdote about ants and we didn't want you guys to miss out on that. It simply couldn't be recreated. We thank you for your patience and apologise for any inconvenience.
That's delish. Do you like apple and a slice of cheese? I've got into recently. Love that. You hate that. Next time. All right.
They do pair
Queen of
with
France.
cheese, don't they, these days?
They do. That's something that they do.
No, it's not there. No, that's just a general editorial comment. I think that should have been in there because I wanted the opportunity to, give my sermon from the mountain.
Yeah. Mushrooms are gone. They replaced the roof. I have since moved house, but I've encountered a new problem, a new unusual problem.
Oh!
Bloody part of it. We've only been in there for a week, but I've noticed something every time I go in to use the toilet.
Alex's toilet problem is dangerously close to a segment.
The toilet is full of ants.
The bowl.
The bowl. There's ants just floating in the toilet water. Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's a little. And I was like, it's every single time. So it's like you flush the toilet immediately and then it's fine. It's kind of it clears. But then after a couple of hours when you go back into the toilet, ants. And I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I was like, how are all these ants getting into the toilet? This is so weird. No ants around, no ants on the walls, no ants on the floor, no holes with ants in them. And then Joe opened the cistern up and mass grave of ants. Black, a pile about look at the circle I'm making with my hands, a pile of dead ants under the water. Have you seen that Noah with Russell Crowe, Noah movie, and all the people are drowning and they're piling up on top of each other? It was like that, but ants. And it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I haven't fixed it yet because I don't know. I don't want to touch it. Ants. I will. I'll put it in the corner, but I might put it I don't know that. But yeah, it's a shock. It's a shocker.
It's a shock to the system.
Oh my god. That's what I like to do. Remember the nerves, guys. Don't cut the nerves. Troll pod. But yeah, there's my ant experience. You don't. It's weird. I don't get it either. I think it's maybe because I don't know how a toilet works. But it's
Tina,
maybe
can you
the
clip that
pile
audio?
I don't know. I'd love a toilet person to explain to me. any toilet experts listening to this podcast, please help
I feel like
me.
you must be like a sort of like a homespun toilet expert at this point, like self-educated.
Volunteer toilet expert, like Guy Williams, volunteer journalist. But yeah, so that was the kind of sad news of my week. The good news, the very exciting news, is that Joe and I have started dance classes.
What?
I know. It was my birthday surprise. I didn't know what he was taking me to. And we showed up, and it was in a school hall, and we learned the tango, and we learned the salsa, and over the next 10 weeks, we're going to learn every single dance they do on Dancing with the Stars, basically.
That
I hope so. We already
is
did the like
crazy.
dun, 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 and we learned about hold, and we learned about like suddenly it all starts to make sense. Yeah, the frame. He's like, don't drop your frame. I was like, I know what you're talking about here. It's amazing. I'll make a vid once we're feeling more confident.
Joe,
What a sweetie, eh?
What a freaking
Because he knows how much I
legend.
wanted to learn. All I want is that one where you get dragged across the floor like a dead body. That's all I've ever wanted in my whole life. And I think we're going to get there by the end of the 10 weeks.
Oh my god.
I know. But the other funny thing is the only other people in the class was this old couple.
Like as old as me and Jane, kind of. Like that
Like
old.
white hair.
Yeah, no,
Really
totally.
Really wrinkled, really frail.
Yeah, crazy.
And because it was such a small class,
Oops.
we were just kind of standing there nervously. And I was like to the lady whose name was, I was like, how you feeling, Wendy? You nervous? And she looked at me and she's like, I've danced before. I'm not nervous. And I was like, okay, simmer down. And then within 10 minutes, me and Joe were smoking them. And they had to split us up because we were too advanced.
Whoa, really?
Because
Just
old
natural.
stumbly Wendy and her mate, too slow. Cool, eh?
If you keep getting more famous at this rate, like you could go on
ready.
Dancing with the Stars, but with like a mega advantage and probably win.
True. So I just need to work on the fame part now, not the
Yeah.
dancing.
But that-
That's true. That's encouraging to hear. What about dancing with the podcast stars?
That's it. It's so Scottish.
I mean, I really hope so. Yeah. Take note, everyone.
Man, this is going to be a very long
But
pod.
yeah, that's my real news.
Oh no! What about the cat?
Oh, this was fine.
We'll do it
The
next
cat
week.
escaped. Okay, back. It was all good.
Wow.
Yeah, of course. Always Link. Troublemaker. Yeah.
I kind of shat harder. I really blasted it out. Well, way.
I don't watch it either.
I watched it. The other two sold negotiation on the reserve $0 profit.
What was the price? How expensive? Much more expensive was the penthouse? Was it just
It
crazy?
was passed in at 1.48 from memory. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Paso doble in.
What a disaster.
So the lads were just happy to be there, which really sums them up. They'd also just won a car, so they were happy about that. And subsequently, between the Give a Little and TSB giving them all 10 grand, they've actually made out quite well. Jane has got a shook face.
Shocked face.
I don't even know how to explain this.
I'll explain it.
Okay.
So, welcome back to the Real Pod. We just had in true Chaos Pod style, we just had like a 15-minute long technical difficulty that we didn't notice was happening, which means that we've lost 15 minutes of Jane. But we have, on the fly, made the decision just to leave the audio as it was. We might do a little pre-record at the top just to explain what's about to happen. But there was some amazing content in the Lost 15 that we just felt like it was too good.
Never to be repeated.
Alex just talking about Ants in the Cistern, the third album, and we just couldn't leave it. So, but we back.
We back.
Oh God,
Jane.
it was entirely my fault. It's on nobody but me. Where were we then when I noticed that? What were we talking
We were talking about
about?
the block. We were talking about the block.
The block.
I can go back to it, I think. So the boys did well, and they were like stoked, really, even though, just in that kind of amiable way that they have exhibited right through. Leeson Ribs obviously happy, made 50 grand, won the whole thing. Stacey was an absolute wreck.
Really?
Yeah, she looked really like just barely holding it together, and Adam was just tombstone face.
It's
he was
horrible.
That's the thing. It's like it's not fun. And then Sophia and Makairi, not happy, but not. I mean, Stacey and Adam were the worst. I think because they'd won so many challenges, and they went into it going like, we are sort of Hall of Famers, and they kind of are in a way, but they just no. And the thing that I found personally found weirdly the most tense was Mark and Shelley sort of desperately trying to hold it together again. Like there's just something just like profoundly sad at watching these people have to kind of toe the company line, and it's odd, it's dissonant for a host, because a host is supposed to respond to events as they happen in front of you, yet because this is like an explicitly commercial enterprise, they sort of had to pretend like it was just a bit of hard luck, when obviously they've actually spent heaps of time with these people. They know really what it is. The whole audience knows what it is. But this one person has to pretend like it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's just really rough. And they've obviously rehearsed the prospect of it happening, because, it wasn't like last time where it was kind of fell out of a clear blue sky. The other thing about it was that Mark announced that it would be returning for a 9th season. And just the fakery of having to pretend like that was a good thing that anyone would want to do.
Why would you?
I just don't know if they can. The other thing that we've done subsequent to it airing is look up the Australian block and what kind of prices and therefore prize money teams on there get, and it's like 300 to 700 grand. Like they set the reserves low, so you're making money.
Yeah.
Whereas what MediaWorks seem to have done with this is effectively turn it into a kind of a property development vehicle. And you could argue they're probably not making a huge amount of money, and I think that's potentially true, just because building in New Zealand is so expensive, the market's shaky, et cetera, et cetera. But the fact of sort of offloading that risk so brutally onto the competitors, like it just seems a bit rough to me that you get these idealistic, kind of potentially slightly naive people from around the country, bring them to Auckland, make them work for a company that's owned by a venture capital fund worth $120 billion on one hand, and Warner Brothers, another multi-million-dollar publicly listed company, do a shit ton of free labour on TV for per diems, and then out the other end of it be like, oh, sorry, guys.
That's what Joe was saying, because Joe was kind of messaging me, because I was at Duncan's, we were working on the labour story, so I wasn't actually watching, but he was watching, and he was furious. Like he was like, this is like a union issue. Got real angry about just the mistreatment of these poor people. I was thinking, like, I feel like next season they should do, because also I'm like, who's going to apply now? Are there still people out there who would be willing to step
there are
up to
people
that?
who will apply.
Because
I think they should do celebrity block, profits to charity, and do it in like Christchurch or do it anywhere else apart from Auckland.
Oh my God,
You're
Celebrity Block
guaranteed
would
to
be
make heaps of
so
money.
good.
Celebrity
They would
Block.
actually
Who's
be
doing
good.
Celebrity Block though?
Celebrity
That is
Block.
tough.
James Reid. James Reid can do every house.
The quality of the celebrities might not be, A grade, but it would still be compelling viewing, surely.
Or block all stars.
It'd be amazing
people
to
who
watch.
Have won. People who've
Yeah.
won shitloads of money already. Get Amy and Stu back. Get the best of the bunch, and they do it for charity.
Yeah. I think that's the only way forward, is people who genuinely are making informed consent. Because I don't think now, when 2 out of the last 3 years, there's just been appalling results, that it's actually moral to let this thing happen again.
We shouldn't be starting Give a Little pages for who should be nominally like the most famous people in New Zealand right now, who have, gone on our biggest reality show.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
It's extremely fucked up. Like Ethan's got a little baby.
Exactly.
Oh,
Sam's
Sam
cute.
is giving him the
Sam's-
car,
to
though,
get-
so that's cute.
get a
Yeah.
car around in, you know. Is
Sam.
Sam giving him the car?
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, that's so bloody nice.
I know.
God, that makes me feel
and
sick as the
TSB's giving
ants.
them, they all get what, 10 grand
10
each?
grand.
10 grand.
And they shouldn't, again, TSB shouldn't be in the position of like kind of having to rescue this thing that they sponsored in good faith.
Mm.
Oh god.
Anyway, let's never mention this season
But
again.
so many people watched, and so many people will
Well,
keep
not
watching.
really.
Didn't they?
No, it's
I thought it
worst
was the
ratings
highest
year
rating.
ever.
Oh.
No, that was sort of, that's basically a lie. It was easily the most viewed. Get off the morning side
Sorry,
internet.
it's every time.
It was easily the most viewed, most streamed season, but that's
Oh,
sort of
okay.
inevitably always going to be true because of, the nature of the digital transition. But no, its ratings were very poor online, in line with the general decline of TV ratings. Stop me if I'm boring you. But
yeah.
just
Stop. I mean, you said stop you. If you
Oh my god, I thought you were going to say it
Sorry,
hasn't
mate.
been recording.
no, we're still
Oh my
recording.
God,
No, we're
Jane.
fine. We're totally fine.
so fine.
I've just realised though that like there's going to be massive moments of silence, and I don't know how much I talked during that 15, the lost 15
The last
minutes.
15.
I've got a crazy idea. Why don't you re-record your missing
Yes.
pieces? Like, listen to it and respond. Come on, it'll
Go,
be funny.
Oh, no, that's a bit bad.
You could really throw us
I
under the
would,
bus
except
as
for
well.
I just cannot be fucked doing that.
Come on, it's funny.
But you know that I've got a job
Oh,
now. I
the
tell you
last
that, Duncan. I
15.
basically got a job. I'm like, I'm living Big Little Lies over here. I
What's your
accidentally
job,
got roped
Jane?
into co-chairing the biggest fundraiser of the school year.
Oh my god.
I know, and I had like the volunteer organizer person ring me up today and be like, "Okay, so we're just going to like budget forecast." And all. I was like, "What the? I don't know what that means."
Oh
Like,
god.
it's going to be
You
a
need to
sunny
get
budget.
out of that.
What is that? Okay, anyway. So anyway, I'm a busy lady, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm getting paid as much as the people on the block for my troubles.
Sucking back a LaCroix. What do they say?
LaCroix.
LaCroix.
Lemon.
But anyway, you guys can just take over this next bit, or maybe just have you
Oh, no,
both?
God.
No,
I've
you-
not
God,
seen a thing.
maths.
I've not seen a
Okay.
thing.
Okay,
Oh
let's
my
talk
God.
maths.
I'm real into this season. I know that it's cursed. I know that it's bad, and for that reason, I think we won't be going as crazy on it on the spin-off. But these characters, Anna,
Yeah, and it's a lot.
it's almost like they're not real.
Yeah. It does feel like, well, I really hated the first half of the first episode when they all met one another. It just felt really wooden and stagey, and I didn't like any of them, and I really didn't like the sort of the gay conversation. I felt like that was just not well handled at all, and I didn't really know what the sort of intention of it was.
Yeah.
But I also cut them a lot of slack because they will have had to literally just recreate so much of this under very constrained circumstances. But as the only one who's watched all of it, do you want to just sort of talk us through it, and I can contribute in small ways where
the
I
first thing I want to say about
that.
that, the stag night.
Yeah.
So it's clear that there are bits, and I think this is like a really telling bit where James, who's like the laddie one, me and Tina went to James's wedding, was saying something laddie when he's like, Saturdays are for the boys, and laughing about that. It's his big line, Saturdays for the boys. And you could see him like broing down with the man who's cut off, who
Oh my
I
gosh.
assume now is the man who was cut out of the show,
Yeah.
whose name I've forgotten. But I'm saying that we know now for sure the man who was enabling that behavior is also like a terrible guy. I just thought
Yeah.
it was like an interesting little detail.
That's a great point, and you should definitely write that. Secondly, it's also potentially unfair to James because we don't know what the setup around that was because that guy's been removed. Now, he might have
True.
sort of created the environment that allowed that stuff to happen, and he's sort of now it just sort of hangs in the air because one half of it's
Well, I think he definitely drove it home in his own
look, yeah.
VT bit saying.
But also, that's really, you could say
reiterating
that
again,
about
Saturdays are for the boys.
literally anything in reality TV because anything can be edited, out of context.
It's true, but this
And
is just
it
a
is.
particularly extreme and near unique example where a person has been. I think initially they planned to just have him be in those things, but now it seems like they're actually just cutting out half the conversation. The dinner party is just going to be I don't even know how they're going to do it if that's the plan.
There was also, when Anna, one of the many times she just kind of burst into song, the woman who's watching is Amy, who's been cut out of the show. But they clearly just had to keep that because it was just such an essential bit.
Well, she doesn't need to be cut to the same degree.
No, she doesn't. But it is just like, I feel like their presence, however small, is just a reminder. You know, it just kind of hangs over the whole show, I think.
So
I find
true.
it quite hard to shake, to really kind of get into it now. Yeah. But Anna, okay, so Anna was Anna and that farm boy who I love, whose name I've forgotten. Little farm boy.
Nigel or Gavin or something.
The important thing to really drive home is that she's met Randy Jackson. I think it's really important.
Who is
know
Randy
that.
Jackson?
Yo, dog, it's Randy Jackson. From American Idol.
From American Idol. Come
Duncan.
on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, mate, you'd know him if you saw him.
Yeah.
Let me work on this for
Really
you just a moment.
disrespectful to Anna's one Hollywood story.
It's so good. I loved it when she was asked to sing a song. She made up an original with like 2 words and then just sort of trailed off. And it
She's
still
really
made one of them
incredible.
try. Yeah, she is. She's like an American style personality and her whole look. Like she was just wearing an outrageous amount of
Chains. There he is.
jewellery.
There's Randy.
Don't know him.
Oh my God.
goodness.
I just
Did you
never
never
watched
watch
Idol.
American Idol?
Nah. Was it on TV?
It's a really, it's going to
That's
be a
a real
ratings
shocker.
winner.
That's a real shocker.
It
that
is.
you
I
don't know who
I
Randy
only watch
Jackson
New
is.
Zealand reality. Like I really in
But
Australia.
like in the heyday of American Idol, like Clay Aiken and all that, you weren't watching.
Too busy.
Oh my God.
Ruben stood out?
Ruben,
No?
you know, we all remember him. Ruben.
I know Kelly not
Rowland?
Rowland, not Osborne.
Kelly.
Kelly Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Kelly Clark.
Yeah, because she's got that big capital T tune. But,
Just the one.
well, she's got a few, but since she's been gone, is
Yeah.
probably the best song of the 21st century. So
True. She's also Anna. Has made a sex tape. Sorry, that's a weird sound.
Oh my God, there's a child trying to get into the locked door of my bedroom.
wow, this
my
is a
God.
freaking found footage horror happening right here.
Child trying to get in. This is like the
James' head
reverse
keeps
room.
like darting off mic. She's smiling, but she knows something's wrong.
I'm
Jordan.
sweating.
Is his name Jordan? Is the farm man called Jordan who she married? Because that's like Anna and Jordan on Love Island. That's crazy.
Is it Jordan? He doesn't seem like
That's
a Jordan.
what the doc says, and the Cornies wrote
He's
this,
more
and I
of a
trust him
Nigel.
with my life.
I'm gonna
So
call him
Jordan is a little farm boy who also drives a car.
Speedway.
He's real cute, I think, and real chaste and prudish, and after they got married wanted to set up a pillow wall for their romantic first night.
Fair.
But without a pillow wall, Little Spoon.
Little Spoon, yeah.
So committed to Little Spoon. I've never seen anyone like that.
No, yeah.
Compromise. It's compromise. Marriage is about compromise.
Yeah.
Little Spoon.
It's
I love
really
it.
good. I'm into him.
Also, what he's friends with Stacey from Heartbreak Island.
He's friends with Stacey from
That-
Heartbreak Island.
I feel like that is like, is he really as farm boy or shucks as we think? Because Stacey is a snaky lad.
He is a snaky lad. We know this.
Yeah, but
Lot of reality
did they just go to
crossover.
school together, like back in the day kind of thing?
Possibly.
Or are they hanging out on Saturdays because Saturdays are for the boys?
They could be old friends. We don't know for sure. I believe in Jordan. I don't believe this relationship is going to work.
No.
Anything else on Anna and Jordan?
No.
Okay, Vicky and Stefan. This is a stitch up. This is a stitch up of the pool boy.
I'm not saying. Oh yeah. No, that's
The
not
pool
watched
boy
last
who's
night.
never been in a relationship before, who has real funny leather couches.
Who I like the way he's like, yeah, I do get objectified as a pool boy, and they play that over B-roll of him like taking his shirt off, and he's
Yeah.
he's just quite a slender man,
He is a slender man.
and
Kind of Andrew Jury vibes.
yeah, but just also like never been kissed, never been in a, like he's very
Yeah.
inexperienced in the ways
Is
of the
he
world,
is he like Matt from the AU?
but not as just like shredded.
Matt, the scientist.
No,
No, Matt
The Virgin.
Matt, who,
Ah,
Matt the Virgin.
he's cast for that role. He's cast for that role, but he doesn't play it as well as Matt does.
I think he's like the Joker.
Do you think?
The Joker guy.
like from Batman.
Yeah, maybe. Just wants to watch the world burn. So yeah, I think the real sensible thing to do with a guy like that is pair him with an incredibly earnest primary school teacher who's looking for the love of her life.
Yeah.
That's what anyone would do. It's interesting how there's always a primary school teacher. I was talking to Joe about that. Like, there's a primary school teacher in New Zealand has been on every season. Hayden,
Yeah, because the work conditions are, for
They have no
primary school is
time.
terrible. They're looking
They
at their
have no
options.
time.
Do what they
They
can,
have no
you
time
know.
to date. It's true, eh? But I always thought it'd be quite weird if your teacher was on maths. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like, you know how weird it is when you see a teacher like at the supermarket. Imagine seeing them like kissing on telly.
Oh,
but
thanks.
so I've made the decision to not let Robin watch maths anymore because I don't think it's okay.
Mhm.
And she's 10. She's in her last year of primary school, so maybe primary school's sort of okay because really,
True, they
it
ain't
should be
watching.
like PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you still get
yes.
you still get people, you know, rumours.
Strays.
Rumours, mate. Kids at school still be talking about.
Kids be
Oh.
talking.
Kids, they always bloody do. That
And
playground
women
chatter.
be shopping.
Oh my god, that guy. I don't really have anything else to say about Vicky and Stefan.
No, I just think
Their
it's. I think
venue
it's
was
mean.
fucking
It feels
shocking,
mean.
is what I'll say. It was like looked like someone had just cleared out someone's lounge for the reception. They were like dancing on the tiles of someone's kitchen. It looked like
Where was
Amazing.
it? Do you know where it was?
in someone's house.
Oh, it was actually in someone's house. Okay. Wow.
It looked like someone's home. Jonathan and Ray. So a Cornie has asked, are they going to be amazing or a passion explosion? I think passion explosion, and it's gonna fall apart real soon.
I've not seen this one, so tell me more.
Jonathan and Ray. So I think the thing with them is that they both consider themselves the super outgoing, super masculine ones of their relationships normally, and now that they've been paired up, they're kind of like, it seemed on night one that they were like perfect, but there were already these little like kind of jibe comments to each other.
No, I
like,
have seen this one.
yeah.
Yeah, I think this is another drama pairing.
Do you reckon? See, at first I was kind of like, it definitely hasn't felt like other ones in the past where I was sort of like, I could see this working in that at least it seems like there was genuinely like chemistry and good chat that wasn't just like James and Carmen talking at length about how they love chatting, but not actually chatting.
I love meta chatting.
And how much banter they have, but there's no banter.
Hey, which one's the Christchurch one? Is that Ray?
That's Ray.
And
Jonathan's the Auckland marketing guy with the beard.
yeah, who's
looks
been
on The Amazing
familiar.
Race, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, he's been on The
Ah.
Amazing Race
I feel like
before.
I've been in the same room as him or something.
Maybe.
Or like not had a meeting, but he just looks real familiar.
I think he's such a nice guy. I
yeah,
really,
that's
really
the thing.
like
I sort of
him.
hate that's because I just feel like Ray. I think Ray is just so much.
He's a party boy as well.
Yeah, and he sort of acknowledges that's been considered too much, and they made a thing about him not needing to quit smoking, and I just again it sort of feels similar to the previous one to Vicky and Stefan in the sense that you've got one sort of pretty diamond and then someone who's like a bit of work, and rather than putting two diamonds together and hoping that you get a bloody engagement ring out, I don't know. You're basically saying, well, you're going to be TV meat for us, and sorry about it.
Someone has also said in the doc they consider it a red flag that Ray is friends with Samuel Levi, which I don't know. And actually, this is amazing. So we've got Jordan's friends with Stacey, Ray's friends with Levi, James is friends with Ling and Zing. What a fucking reality TV universe that is. But yeah, I feel like
That's
if
a
you're
story.
friends,
I
if
think
you're
family
it's called New
tree.
I'm
Zealand,
working
though,
on
isn't
it.
it? I mean, everyone's
you're,
friends with someone.
if you saw your friend go through what Samuel Levi went through on maths,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be signing up. I wouldn't be like, oh, that looks like a good thing to do.
Do you know what? Anyone who's friends with Brett and Angel should be signing up because that's
Well,
what
that's
old
why
mate-
Dan
and Yuki and Dan, they're still
still
going.
happy, still together.
It's like
actually-
reality TV is like a virus that sort of is transmitted by proximity.
It's true, actually.
So I don't think it's a red flag that he's friends with Levi, but it's some kind of a flag, like maybe a green, like a rusty brown kind of a colour flag.
Like a tattered pirate.
Yeah,
flag.
like that, like one of those towels that you just have for spills.
Oh my god. Oh shit. And then there's Carmen and James. Tina, you can jump on mic for this because we went to this wedding.
Yeah, come on,
Oh,
Tay.
God, please.
Crank
Can I
that.
have a
Wake
lay
up.
down? I'm just going to lay down on this then, okay?
Okay. So, Tina,
Yeah.
we were cordially invited to this holy union of a lad and a lady. What did you think of the ceremony?
I mean, it started raining.
Is that
Yeah, you can hear me.
You're so far away.
You can hear me. I can see my levels.
Okay, yeah, okay, we can hear you very well. It's fine.
I know. At first, I was like, "Oh yeah, he's pretty cute,"
Yeah,
but then I was like, "Oh."
yeah.
I mean, I didn't have my glasses on, so
yeah,
don't
true.
quote me.
We were in the back row. It was quite hard to see and hear. Well, have you watched it yet? No.
Nah.
Watching it back, so you remember. This is the thing that they obviously don't show you. It's all condensed down. But he was standing up there at the altar for a very long time. Like, I would say it was probably close to half an hour.
Yeah.
Because he was up there. They were kind of ready. I think she might have been running a bit late. But then it started pissing down. Like, a real aggressive. It was so loud. They had to turn all the cameras off. The camera guys, like, everything. There were umbrellas out. Everyone was kind of freaking out. And the producer, Amanda, who actually I think listens to this podcast, was like, everyone, we're going to take 5, maybe 10. This should pass. But it was just like, that's how they got that good banter, I say that in air quotes, with the mum, because he was just stuck up there. And the only person who was like closest to him, well, there was Flinny from ZDM, of course, and her mum. And he kind of had those weird little asides to her, which we couldn't hear because we were in the back row, where he was sort of like, I hope she's a baddie. And then mum was like, what?
Mum's
You hope she's a
spews into a sick
baddie.
Baddie. She a
Yeah,
baddie.
and a bunch of stuff like that. But me and Tina were vibing that day that he was not great.
Nah. I don't know. I kind of thought, first of all, instead of trying to talk to the mums first, he was like all about the boys, which is fair enough.
Saturdays for the boys.
Yeah.
Every day's for the
whatever.
boys.
All right. All right, Lee Claire. All right then.
Yeah, Tina was real certain he was a league player, eh?
He's got like a league butt.
I have a great photo actually, which cannot be published, of Tina. When half an hour had passed, he wandered off the altar to the boys, and as he was talking to them, Tina just went like this under his butt, and I took a picture.
Perfect timing.
Because Tina was doing some butt analysis.
So what's a league butt? Tell me about a league butt.
Like league players have real like perky butts.
I know exactly what you mean.
Like,
and
especially
I've
since
seen
they've been playing the ball all the time and
You
stuff.
look like you've been asleep for hours.
I just
Your hair's
having a wee lay down. But think of Manu's butt on Dancing with the Stars, and that gives you
do.
that kind of sums things up. I
every
reckon.
day.
I'll go back to where I was now.
Just to be clear, Jane is is just lay down like the reverse Nosferatu coming out of a coffin. She has not been on screen for a long time.
But then comes up with like her hair all messed up. You just see her elbows now. Chaos pod.
Chaos pod. But yeah, it turns out, Tina, that Carmen, the other thing we were worried about is when they went in for the kiss, he went quite hard out and it was quite a full on pash. And then we definitely saw some kind of tongue, and he also kind of like swooped her.
Like a little
Jane
dip.
just yelled, oof. And he kind of swooped her down, and we were both just like, oh my God, I hope she was into that. Because if not, that's real intense. If that's like your first kiss and you don't want it.
Shit, yeah. It was so hard out, and it seemed like he was real dominant, like he was like kind of running it all.
Well, because his best friend was going to give him a throat punch if he didn't kiss her, which is also, that's a red flag.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So the lads, Saturdays for the boys, his two like close friends were like, there was this bet or like threat, I guess, of a throat punch hanging over him if he didn't
A
pash
throat
her.
punch.
Yeah, and they mentioned it multiple times.
Isn't that how
And I
people
was like,
die? Like, isn't that like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
there
some
was
Bruce
never going to
Lee
be a
shit.
throat punch. But
Yeah.
well, not that I watched it, of course. But it's just that dangerous kind of lads thing of like
Totally.
go on
And
and do
I-
it and like just basically forcing yourself on someone because you've got a running joke with the lads.
Again, and then when any of that comes up under the shadow of what has
Yes.
literally happened
Yeah.
on this production,
Yeah.
they should have just, they're re-editing the show anyway, just take out some of that stuff as well. You know, it's just not great. So I really hate that part of it. I don't know, James seems like a fine kind of guy, but his friends, like just the people I just never even want to hang out with those people.
Well, and
in my
it's
whole
also like, what is your relationship? Whoa. What is it for? Like, is this a performance for the lads, or is this something that you want. Like, because it's that what you're describing is 100% like
Totally performance.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we felt as well, eh? Like there was a lot of those sort of like, yeah, boys, like she's good. She's a tidy unit or something like, that sort of just really gross. There's a difference between being like, you're beautiful and saying that to like your friends in the second row. Like it just gave me the heebie-jeebies. It did on the day, and it was much worse when I watched it and got some context.
Ugh.
Yeah. But she seems to really like him. She loved the kiss. I mean, that's the other thing to cushion it with. She loved it. She was like, he's confident. She likes his friends. I think it matters also a great deal. Her two sisters both say they have quite like laddie husbands, and they all got along well at the reception. So she also works at Moustache, which is really delicious.
Oh, whoa.
Cookie.
Yeah, cookie. clip that as well, please. That's the other thing, is like we've got our own particular sort of set of social sort of ethics or whatever. And if you consensually are into like a good old-fashioned gender role and dominant macho sort of Australian math style dude, I mean, fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but except for that, that wouldn't have been apparent when he went in for the big old pash. He wouldn't have known that yet. Do you know what I mean? So I would think it would make sense to. It would make sense to go in.
It would make of course, gotta watch it.
Go in soft.
But yeah, it was like what was driving him?
Gently.
The lads were driving that decision. Like that's what grosses me out. It's the throat punch. It's just like it's so. I hate, like, I know that this is almost like a cliche, but like that language is like, it's violent, I don't like it. Personally, I didn't enjoy watching that.
If you get to the point where you're at the reception and and clearly, you're vibing and you can get kind of an idea of where you sit in the dynamic, great. But when you literally just first met someone, like shoving your tongue down their throat because it's a gag with the lads is not cool. And no matter where you're from.
There was a comment actually, the next, that old man, Christopher, he also made a comment, Christopher and Rose knee Crookshank. He made a comment as well, being like, talking about his dating past. I think he's been married as well a couple of times, or he's at least, he said, sometimes I meet them all kinds of ways. Sometimes I just do it the old fashioned way and go to a pub and see who I could drag home like a caveman or something like that. And again, it was just like, fuck, guys, just cut that shit out. Like, it's just gross. I don't know why. I feel like
you gotta write
I'd noticed that stuff. I know I will.
Copyright.
Do you think it's jarring to other people? Do you think that like there are people at home? There are definitely people at home who are just like, that's fine. Like, lol. Like they're just.
Of course,
it's very much a joke. Like he said it like a joke.
It's just you can't joke. Not everything's for joking.
Not everything's for joking. But he did say some other funny things, like how he was like, I'm paraphrasing here, but he was like, I don't take anyone's shit. I call everyone out. If someone's talking about how the moon landing's fake, I tell them, well, watch the tapes. If it was fake, it would look fake, like a fake sci-fi.
Oh my God.
Just crazy.
That is like the worst justification for a true thing I've ever heard. Like, that makes me think it's fake.
Yeah, same. Like, by your logic, it's definitely fake.
Oh, yeah, because it looks shit. Low res.
Yeah. So these are the older couple, the silver fox. Well, who is it? Who is it? Claire and Cuddly Bear? What's Fluffy Man?
Fluffy boy.
Mr. Fluffy. Mr. Fluffy. Was that his name?
Yeah, it is his name.
And they're both kind of amazing. Rose has been married 3 times. Her last husband was Calvin Crookshank, which is incredible.
No, not last. Current, right?
Oh,
they're still married, legally, right?
Yeah, like this was another of the this is how badly the pants are filled on this season. Is that she's still legally married to Calvin Crookshank?
I mean, that's fine because this is not a legal marriage. This is they're not doing the legal marriages anymore. So I think it's fine that she's still married. I think it's especially great that she's married to Calvin Crookshank.
Yeah, well, that more people should be.
That's the kind of the kind of maths breaking news I want to hear. I don't want to hear.
So that's literally
the other stuff.
Every single couple on the show has some attachment to someone on another Sensing Murder a reality show? What do you call that?
I don't know.
I mean,
that's
is
its
it
own
real?
fucking thing, eh? There's like 5 genres in Sensing Murder.
There was some amazing comments from Christopher's daughter Poppy. I thought was pretty cool. She seems like kind of like a moody teen who's just really disillusioned by all of this and seen her dad go through a million relationships, and said to the camera, quote unquote, he's usually into the Asian type.
Oh my god, the show.
Which was pretty wild.
That's full on. Did Mr. Fluffy had a similar like daughter who was a bit like eye roll?
Yeah.
At the whole scene.
Yeah, I think so. And it's always just quite funny seeing their reaction shots, just kind of sitting there like, I hate this.
Yeah. Cool.
His other son just looked a lot like he was wearing a wig. I don't know if that's defamatory, but it looked like like a wig. Like it looked like a wig that Leonie wears in Kaupapa on the couch, like when she was the Beatles or something, when she was like the 60s, like a black kind of mop. It just looked a bit like a wig to me. I'll get a pic for the corner.
I should say Alex's shoulders are now up around her ears. She's like paralyzed.
Of all the things I've said and written this week, this is the thing I'm suddenly the most worried about. Wig accusations.
Imagine it's almost worth suing her for that, just for the comedy.
Don't. It's very easy to sue for defamation in New Zealand. Please don't.
Hey, I mean, I've got 15 minutes of like disappeared audio, and by my calculations, this podcast is already really fucking long.
It's a chaos pod. It's what the people wanted.
Yeah, I know, but I think we might be running short of just general time.
There were no other points really from the Cornies. They just said the clear budget, the venues were all pretty budged looking this year. But
I love it. Lean in.
I just would love some screeners. That's all. I'd love to see all this. It sounds quite entertaining from what you guys have been saying.
Surely there's a daily motion.
Kathy, if you're listening.
Was Rose.
It's Rose. You know, I'm in touch. I said that I needed them by Wednesday, which it is Wednesday. So to be fair, she didn't know that we were going to call a chaos pod early. But it's still bloody pushing it, Rose. I'll forgive you if you get them through to me. Okay. Celebrity Treasure Island. I did watch 2 episodes of this. Will Matty be saved by the Wiz's mercy card? No. The Wiz like reached down and Matt was like, he was going, I think he's going to save me. He's going to bring out the mercy card. And he's like, oh, you forgot your hat, mate. Chucked him his cap.
God, it was so savage by the Wiz. I mean, he had no idea what he was doing. I genuinely believe in that moment the Wiz had forgotten that he had a mercy card and forgotten that he was a captain and forgotten that he was on TV.
But he did realise that Matt forgot his hat. So
he did realise.
Points. Credit where credit's due. And Matt, he said the moment he set foot on the bridge, the reality kicked in of what had happened, and basically his whole world fell apart. And then he had this just really heartfelt, sad moment of just more tears, and how he just wanted to fit in and be accepted, and oh god,
it was really full on.
It was real intense.
It also gave us I think what will be the iconic reality TV line of I don't have to prove myself to Barbara Kendall through just sobbing. And also what they had cut out when they kind of teased there was the follow-up, I don't have to prove myself to Sam Wallace, which I feel like is even more pointed.
Yeah.
Poor Matty. But he did well.
Matty. He did do well.
He just forgot his hat.
I mean,
and he's got it back now. That's the main thing.
But as each week goes by, Sam is really just not endearing himself to me anymore. At first I was like, is this a bit? Is he doing a bit?
No.
I think he's doing a bit. I've been to a party at his house once.
What? Tell me more. How have you sat on that information?
Don't know. There was a karaoke booth thing.
What's in his drawers?
I didn't look, but it wasn't. It was like his mum's house, I think. It was on the North Shore. It was very fancy. It was like big, sprawling, beautiful flat front lawn, back lawn.
Celebrities? Like all celebrities? Was it one of those parties?
It was Sticky TV. It was way back. It was Sticky TV days kind of thing. So, in fact, I think it was like a Sticky TV rap party or something that I was at. So, I mean, God, it was off the hook.
Crazy.
I tell you. But no, what really shitted me was his... It was hilarious, but also he's just horrible. When he tried to claim Shannon's basketball, what do you call it? Shot? She got one of the shots. They got 2 shots in, and he claimed both of them, and then she kind of burned him out. Was like, I actually got one of those shots, Sam, and he was sort of like, oh, did you? Oh, and then he just was so upset that she had like shamed him out in front of everyone. And he was like a sad little baby.
He is a bit like a baby.
And I'm really the overt sexism is annoying me. I just want, and especially because Eric, like, you know, he's the repping for Autism New Zealand, and so I'm behind him on that, but then I'm not behind him on the sexism.
Yeah,
I feel really torn.
Yeah, he has size 13 feet.
Izzo,
yeah.
Yeah.
They had some good foot chat. I did like, that was a good little editing moment, and I was like, surely the guys at Kahu talking about their feet, surely the men at Markor are having better discussions, and it was just the Wiz and someone else being like, how big are your feet, mate? It was good stuff. I've only watched the Matty departure episode.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I just want to talk about the food because it's something the Cornies have brought up, and I'm in on this. So there's a lot of food. Okay, we started off with them just eating. They were eating lentils and rice or something.
Yeah,
maybe just coconut, whatever. And now there's like Tim Tams, but there's so many packets of Tim Tams and pizza, and there was this like stacked high masses and masses of pizza. And I feel like in shows like this, when they've had a food reward before, it's been like one pizza to share between your whole team. There was more than one pizza each.
Well,
and when they had the
cheese and bread they had was like a shop. They could have opened a shop.
I just think that they need to keep that element of them actually being like a little bit starving there the whole time, because there's no way they're starving now. Like they still have Tim Tams the next day, you know. Okay, they got leftovers.
Counterpoint. If Shane Mountain Man Cameron was that hungry and like was operating at the kind of intensity that he was, you know, at peak hunger, I feel like everyone's in danger, and you can't responsibly keep the man that hungry. Like it's just not right. He's a killing machine.
Also, at peak hunger was when Barb's was going full Lord of the Flies.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
That was amazing.
I agree with you on that. Okay, so there's obviously a reason behind that. Mark Ellis has gotten on the wireless and said that the second season of Celebrity Treasure Island was all completely like, they basically all sat down before filming started, decided who was going to win. Like the whole thing was rigged, and they snuck food onto the island and all that kind of thing. And
was that the season where Hayley Holt won?
No, that was the season where Greer Robson won. So she, I don't know if you remember Greer Robson.
Yeah.
She was nurse on Shortland Street.
She was she was in some New Zealand film as a child.
Yes,
as well,
she was. Yes. The one with Bruno, what's it? Bruno Lawrence? Smash Palace?
That would be a huge scoop. Copyright the spin-off.
But anyway, yeah, so apparently after that was, you know, they tightened things up a bit, made it a bit more gritty. So anyway, that's where we are now. What else? Moses became Kahu's team captain for a hot minute.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good on him.
He got they had one of those challenges where whoever won or whoever lost rather, they had to change captains. And so they changed from Shannon, and the boys, being Sam and Eric, wanted Eric to be captain, and poor Jodie wanted to be captain because she would have been better at it. And they decided, the girls decided they'd swing Moses into it. So, and that's what happened. But then it's like they just changed the rules, and the next challenge, whoever won got to choose the other team's captain. But they didn't they had to change the other team's captain, but they didn't reveal that until the challenge had been won. So it almost felt like they were going, okay, well, if Marco win, then we'll throw in this game changer thing so that we can stop Moses being captain of that team, because it kind of fucking weirds things up too much. But if Kahu win, then we'll just come up with some other prize. It was really weird. I do think they're making it up as they go.
Yeah, it's the beauty of the format that there are literally no rules.
Yeah.
And they're definitely building the challenge sets the morning of, like, what should we do for a challenge today? Where's the intern? Let's have a look at
the
his
chair,
notes.
they're like, oh, we got ping pong balls and we got a table. What can we do? Blow the balls? Yes.
Anyway, so Jodie went home. I haven't seen it, but I know that she went home. I have no idea why she went home.
Rude.
What did you say?
So much
She
innuendo
said,
on this podcast.
blow the balls? Yes.
Don't
Real
clip
emphatic.
that. You will hear from my lawyer if you clip that, Tina.
Oh.
Dear. I
Anyway,
forgot what we were talking about.
none of us saw the last
It's a
episode.
good show. It's a good show.
I love it.
It's a good show.
Love it.
Love it. Yeah, keep watching.
Love them both of them.
Look, we're so behind time. I'm just gonna
Just
shout
crank
Wayne's
through.
World for this week. Sorry, Colin, have we got some Colin stuff?
Oh, there's just some good
Hang on, shall I play the sting then if you've got something?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Cranny. Colin's Cranny.
Granny.
Well, I mean, you can hear it this time, so that doesn't really count. You know?
Colin is so active. Oh, okay. First thing, real life Colin sighting at the.
Oh, you leaving Duncan? Is that it?
Duncan's
See you,
off.
Dunk.
He's gone to.
He's gone to.
He doesn't. Nando's is coming in 25 minutes. Just.
He's gone to an important meeting, guys.
Spotted Colin at the It Chapter 2 premiere IMAX. Also hung out with Stuart, Salmon Lund, and Gwen Doherty. Shouldn't say their whole names. Probably fine. Don't need to protect their identities. They're just people. And we observed as Colin walked through. They had sort of the scary red balloons of It. And I just watched Colin just get nailed in the face with one. It was quite exciting. But he looked so glam. Normally if it happens, it's like, oh, how embarrassing. He just kept walking. He did not even,
Didn't. Oh,
He's
I
like,
can just
on
imagine.
the runway, whatever you do, you don't flinch. You just keep going.
That's so cool.
And I was really impressed by it. The other Colin news is that he's been very active on the Mount Albert community page, of which I am a member. There's been some crime. Someone stole his gardener's weed eater from his front door.
So, I
Okay.
had some electricians round this morning, and was talking to them that apparently like tradies are just getting their shit stolen non-stop at the moment.
Whoa.
Like there's this poor young apprentice tradie who had to go. He that day had to go and take his van to the shop to get the windows fixed. The other one, who's like the whatever the boss tradie, all his stuff in his van is like bolted to the floor and locked up. But they break into his van like every 6 months. They'll do it like 2 or 3 times in a row. He's got cameras, he's got alarms, and it's just like apparently they just hit you like every 6 months. It just sounds real bad out there.
That's freaky ass.
It's real stinky.
It makes me think that if you're on the block, you don't really want to win the Bosch Power Tool wall because it just paints a target on your house, doesn't it?
Well, you just probably need to buy like one of those like Ocean's 11 type safes.
Yeah.
You know.
Keep everything in it. The good news is there's been a development in the weed eater case. They found the weed eater at Cash Converters Dominion Road.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The police taking their time to get it returned. Brackets, it's only 10 days since the rediscovery, but they should find the identity of the thief, says Colin. I look forward to finding out who it is. This was a comment he left. There's been there's crazy. I don't know if it's just is thief just happening all the time. It just seems like on the Mount Albert community page, it's just all you see. Theft. So he was commenting on someone else reporting a theft, saying, "Hang in there, look at Cash Converters."
It just feels like the police should be looking into these thefts.
Colin shouldn't be the volunteer policeman.
Or counterpoint, should he?
Yeah, no, he should because that's
He'd
a
look
TV
cool
show
in a
as
uniform.
well.
Like a sheriff,
Yeah.
just walking around Mount
Can
Albert.
we start electing community sheriffs? Is that
I think we definitely
what's
could.
the law around this sort of thing?
Can we please get
Give him a
Colin to
badge.
do his homework on citizens' arrests?
I think we could.
Colin
can-
Citizen. His arrest.
Dun dun dun. Do you want to copyright that,
Yes.
Duncan?
Copyright.
No. That's public domain.
Okay. Have you got anything else? Anything else in the cran?
I think that's all from the Cran this week. He also went into bat for Matilda in the comments on the Herald article, which is very noble of him. He's just, God, what a man.
Yeah. He does more than his fair share in the community for a celebrity, I tell you.
Yeah, and I think that's why he gets so rightly wound up when people sort of belittle him or accuse him of just being someone who turns up to the opening of an envelope.
I'm sorry, but if he turned up to the opening of my envelope, I would be bloody thrilled. Oh, no!
Oh, no, clip it!
Take it back! Oh, no. No.
That is Hall of Fame smart.
Oh, jeez. It's not what I meant.
That's what you said.
But it's not what I meant. Anyway,
too late.
that's the end of that segment. According to the Cornies, the great Corny document, this is the Corny Chaos Pod after all anyone wants for this week's Max Key Corner is this.
Like and subscribe.
Max Key Corner. I know. I'll never forget you.
Subscribe.
It is so good. I can't even tell you how good it is to see you guys dancing again.
Hey, this has been a wonderful pod.
Hey?
This is...
Oh, giveaway.
Giveaway.
Fecal.
Oh,
What's the goss on that? We've done it. Yeah. Who won again? Tamara. I've forgotten her name.
We picked a winner.
We picked a winner of the Fecal.
Tell us more,
clothing
Tina.
giveaway.
And I picked. So if you have issues, at me. I'll fight you.
Staunch.
The winner is. Can I get a drum roll? Tamara Faliatua. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but she's the winner.
Yes.
She sent me a lovely photo of her daughter. Super cute.
Good.
Yay.
Oh, loved
Now we're
it.
going to dress her in shit.
And that's our podcast this week. Thank you, Nando's. Thank you, Tina.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Duncan. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Cornies. Thank you,
Cornies.
particularly. Can I just one
Cornies.
Corny who deserves a shout out is Brigitte Glover, who wrote our entire podcast this week. Well, with
Amazing.
some help from a few other Cornies, I think, but she started the whole damn thing. So
It's so good. It's so good.
It's amazing.
This was
Please.
a great pod.
please do it again next week. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Hello, if you don't mind, we just want to have a quick word about the spin-off members. It's a new initiative designed to facilitate the most important but sadly hard to fund journalism. By becoming a member, you'll be supporting the hiring of more journalists and you'll have your say in directing new areas of coverage here at the spin-off. You can choose your level of contribution, and if it happens to be $80 or more, you'll receive a copy of the spin-off's inaugural book and a tote bag. Help shape the spin-off by becoming a member. Visit thespinoff.co.nz/members.
Kia ora, I'm Alex Casey, Senior Writer at The Spinoff. We wouldn't exist without the ongoing support of our generous members. If you're able to, you can make a donation at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBet.
The Spinoff Podcast Network.